everyone, welcome back to my channel. And on today's video I'm going to be doing something that I feel like I'm an expert on, and I'm going to be talking about how to get over your crush or tips that you can use to get over your crush. Now if you hear some background noise, that's the aircon switched on because I filmed another video. I'm really hot, so which is why I'm putting the aircon on, and I really don't have any other excuse. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. So I like to consider myself something of a crush expert. You can call me a crush doctor if you will, because I've had a good share of crushes, a really long term. It really affected me a lot. So I know a thing or two about crushes. So I have my points written down. Things that I did personally, consciously or subconsciously, I don't know, but it's something that I really thought that you guys would really benefit from, because if there are people out there that are in the same situation, and you know what, you're lying if you've never really had a crush in your life. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's normal, and I think that it's an experience to go through. It really is an experience to go through. So yes, let's begin with tip number 1. This is my most important tip, and that is distraction is the way of action. When you have a crush, you tend to fantasize a lot about them. You think about them all the time. You create these scenarios in your head all the time. You think too much into what they do to you, for you, to you, by you, some other you. So you spend a lot of time doing that. But imagine if you spend that same amount of time doing something else. You can either get a hobby, develop a skill. You can do a lot of things. And I think that when you're distracted, you don't think too much into it. Now get distracted by good stuff, not bad stuff. Don't spend every single second of the day thinking, oh my God, I wonder what they're doing right now. Don't spend your time doing that. That's just not going to get you anywhere, right? All right. Now my second tip is something that I didn't actually do it, but I did it while speaking to my friends. And that is, first, list down qualities that you want in your ideal partner. Now for me, I probably would write humorous, understanding, calm, collected mindset and stuff like that. So write down that list somewhere, and then write down a list of the qualities that your crush has. Now, majority of the times, you probably don't know that much about your crush. This is somewhat of a realization where you realize, wow, I actually don't know a lot about them. I'm just creating this idol in my head, right? And you tend to realize that they're not the same. They're not what you want in your ideal partner, right? Or you do know them and you do know their qualities. And I've been in a situation as well, but what we end up doing is we try to fit them in the box that we want. That's not gonna work. So have a friend also help you do this. For me, my friends are like, that's not healthy for you. You don't like the person because of that, So it really kind of makes you look at things from a very different perspective and makes you realize that, hey, that's not what I want. That's not at all what I want. And I think that realization is very important. So yes, now this is my third tip, and this is I don't know why my fingers are weird. And this is a very funny tip, because I've given this tip to so many of my friends, and it's always something very interesting in our group where they don't like doing it as much as I do, and that is block the person or mute the person or unfollow the person on social media. Now listen, when you have a crush, you spend every single second stalking them on social media. Now that's not something to be embarrassed about, because everyone does it. Even those people that say they don't do it, they do it. Okay, social media has given us this immense power to see every single person's daily life. Removing that person from your social environment is really, really helpful, because it'll just clear you from seeing them at all. Okay, now I have absolutely no problem in blocking people, unfollowing people, or muting people on social media, purely because if you are not contributing to my well-being, and if I know you're toxic, you're not going to be on my feed. Why would I want to waste the fun time that I have in a day scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is, to look at your useless face. And that's really rude, but that's true, right? So I'm not saying the crushes are bad, you have to just block them, but try to mute them. So you won't get a notification every single time that they post a picture or a story or whatever. Start slow, mute, then move on to other stuff. Now this next tip that I have is something that I had the luxury of doing for my first ever crush, and that is physical distance. Now, I had a crush on this person for about 3 years, from 8th grade to like 10th grade. It's 3, right? Yeah, it's 3 years. And I actually had to move countries. So I completely forgot about him in literally 2 months. Now this is a 3-year crush. 2 months of not seeing the guy and I completely forgot about him. I still talk about him once in a while just to be like, oh Lord, what the hell was I thinking? But the distance really helped. I was so busy doing other stuff, again, distraction. I was so busy doing other stuff and not seeing him every single day that it just went away. It really just went away, you guys. It's that easy. It's not that hard. And you know what? There are situations where you cannot physically distance yourself from the person. Emotional distance. Now I've been in that situation as well, where I had to create an emotional distance from the person I really liked for a really long time. I stopped paying that person attention. I made sure that what they're saying is not taking too much space on my head. Now, try to create that emotional block, okay? But be indifferent. Don't bother about them. It's okay. So that emotional distance will also kind of put you in like another perspective where you think and you're like, I actually don't like this person. I can get over this person really easily. What happens a lot of the times, and this is what happened with me, is that when you put that emotional distance, you tend to realize that they don't put a lot of effort in talking to you. Now, why would you want to be in any sort of relationship with a person that does not put in that much of effort to speak with you, to understand you, to maybe hang out with you? That, you know, why would you want to be in any kind of relationship with that person? So yes. Now, this is my second last tip. This is something that's so important, you guys. This is so important, and that is to remind yourself of your self-worth. Now, when you have a crush, it's very draining. It's very humiliating at times. It really puts you in this spot, this mental spot of, oh my God, am I unlovable? Am I not likable? Am I not pretty? Trust me, I've had those emotions when I was in like middle school to high school. It was the worst feeling. Right? Because you really think, you're like, why does this person not like me? You know, it's a question that really comes into your head. But you have to realize that it's not anything about you. You are perfect. Okay? And if that person can't see that perfection, then you don't need to put even an ounce of effort to talk to that person. Because, you know, a relationship is 2 ways. I mentioned that in my Toxic People video, where you need to feel as loved and appreciated in the relationship as you're making that other person feel, right? So please remind yourself that you are the boss, okay? Like, I would look myself in the mirror and be like, damn, I am just beautiful and gorgeous. It's nothing to do with you. It's just preferences, okay? So don't take it too hard, but remind yourself that you are amazing and you are perfect and you are everything that someone out there will be really lucky to have one day. Now, this last tip, when all else fails, nothing is working. You know, all these tips are not working. You've Googled, you've spoken to friends, you've YouTubed, you've done everything possible to try to get over this person and it's just not working. Tell them. That's the tip. That's literally the tip. Tell the person how you're feeling. Now, this is a daunting task, and it is something that takes a lot of guts. And if you do it, props to you, clap. Give yourself a tap on the shoulder, because not a lot of people do it. Go to the person, tell them how you feel. Tell them you want to take them out on a date. Tell them you want to be in a relationship with them. Tell them anything. And if they reject you, take it with dignity and say, okay, fine. Great, you know, you rejected me. Leave it at that. Don't try to pursue them any further. You've gotten the answer that you need, right? The thing with crushes, it's so ambiguous. You never really know. you know, because you can't distinguish whether that person really likes you or whether you're just kind of creating situations where it looks like they like you, right? But if you get told no, then that's a definite answer, and you can use that to move forward. Now, if they told yes, they're like, hey, let's go on a date. Great, love that, that's amazing. But if they don't, please just take it and move on with your life, because you know what? The reality is there are 7 billion people in this world. I'm guaranteeing you at least 1 million of them will want to be with you. So yes, those are all the tips that I have about how to get over your crush and stuff like that. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want, you can leave a comment down below about your crush situations. I mean, it's kind of unfair because I didn't tell you mine and I'm asking you to tell yours, but it's fine, it doesn't really matter. But please do subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you know every single time I upload a video, and that is every Saturday. So yes, I hope you guys have a great day ahead. I hope you continue to love yourself and to choose yourself every single day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.